Today I'm giving you my sermon about why we need a needle to change body temperature. Now the story of Jesus, right, was a story of a man who, when his body believed that it was in danger, his brain stopped sending heat to the organs, which made him appear that he was dead. And when they put him inside of this tomb, and his blood heated up again, it made him come back to life, and he ended up leaving his tomb because his body went inside of a catatonic state when it went into shock. Now, when your body reaches beyond 40 degrees Celsius, roughly speaking, there is a switch in your brain that cannot bring the temperature back down because the brain can only regulate temperature between roughly 34 and 39 degrees Celsius. This is roughly the two ranges that it can achieve between. And if it goes beyond 39 degrees, the brain cuts off blood circulation to the organs and makes the body cold to try and protect the organs. And just like if your body goes beneath 34 degrees Celsius, your brain cuts off blood to the organs to try and protect the organs from freezing to death. This is how the brain operates, and it tries to keep it within this margin. And I'm talking about, so you go out, you have a sunstroke, right? And somebody uses a needle to change your body temperature, and your body temperature goes back down, okay? And then you overcome sunstroke, and you're capable of speaking again, and you can function another time. And, same situation with if your body was going below 34 degrees Celsius, right? And you're about to freeze to death. Using needle to change body temperature, you bring your body temperature back up again, and then you can speak again, and you're capable of functioning. You're not shaking and whatever, right? But the same laws apply for children with learning problems, okay? And this child who has a learning problem is having difficulties comprehending or speaking. Same thing as a person who, let's potentially say, was cold or was suffering from a sunstroke. And so you change the body temperature of this person, and they start acting like, they start interpreting things at the level that they're supposed to, because their body temperature is allowing the blood to circulate at the rate that it should. And what I am telling you is that when you do not use this needle to change body temperature, you are shamefully endangering the life of children, and you are shamefully endangering our life, and of older senior people like myself. And if you use a needle and also when you do not use a needle to change body temperature, there's a good chance that if your body temperature went to a range that your brain cut out the blood circulation to the rest of your body, you would appear as if you were dead. And they could pronounce you dead at this time because your heart would stop beating, and they would bury you, potentially speaking, alive, when all they had to do was use a needle to change your body temperature, and it would have pushed the circulation of your blood, moved your blood back into your heart again, and you would have come back to life. And what I'm telling you is that, burying people alive is a very serious subject, and hopefully we will address the subject of being allowed a needle to change body temperature when I've spoken to people, and the price of this is very realistic, although because I had to find out this information through the means that I did, right, I'm in devastating poverty because I had to pursue this area with the things that I do, which isn't necessarily, obviously the way I do things isn't the way that things are supposed to be approached. But when it comes to the needle to change body temperature, really, to be honest with you, I wouldn't know any other way to approach it. Like if, for example, I didn't have, let's say, the internet, right? I wouldn't have anywhere that I could explain this to, right? So one of the only things that is giving me the ability to even mention this subject is that I'm saying this thing on the internet, because I have before mentioned this to other people many years back, about 2 decades back, I mentioned this. And everybody said, hey, it's not important, I don't want to hear about it. And when they said this to me, right, I had nowhere else I could go. And even the internet obviously isn't doing nearly enough for the importance of the area that I'm trying to talk about. That we're talking learning problems, we're talking burying people alive, we're talking about advancements and needed things to bring jobs, that if we don't have these things, like, we're not going to be able to compete on the world market. And unfortunately, when I say these things, right, even though I say the story, okay, I say Jesus was in a catatonic state. And had they used the needle to change his body temperature, he would have come back to life and moved like the rest of us. And the only reason why he didn't is because his body temperature went beyond the margin that the brain was capable